Yeah, hi everyone. So welcome to Amirpet Technologies. This is Srinivas. See, today we are going to start discussing about Python programming along with SQL concepts. See, SQL concepts means after completion of Python, we are connecting with a database. Python application, we are connecting with a database and we perform all database operations such as inserting the data into the database, deleting the data, retrieving the data, updating the data. All the data operations we will perform. For that, we are learning the database. To which database you are connecting means what? Here it is. I'll explain with the MySQL database connectivity. But how to download, how to install everything, I'll explain. As today is the first session, what all the things we are going to cover and how it will be everything. The first one is a introduction part. Simply any programming language. So not only Python programming, any programming language is used to develop applications only. Programming for application development. But in which area the Python is using? Because Python plus SQL, a combination everyone is learning nowadays. Why it is important and where exactly Python is using? The first point is everyone thinking that Python is using in a Python in using in web development, nothing but application development. The mainly where the Python is using, okay, is the Python. Of course, Python is using in a normal application development. That is, the first one is a embedded application development, embedded apps. In early days, everyone using C and C++ programming languages to develop embedded applications, but nowadays Python is using. Second one is a gaming programming. It's actually for gaming programming in early days, C++ programming they were used. But now instead of using C++, Python they are using. And this one is a application development. Which application? Is a web application development. The web application development means the complete application. Consider banking application is there. Banking. Let me explain clearly. So what a banking application will do? Suppose banking application is always provide service to customers. Is one person. Is one person. Is one person. Customers. Customers means what? Account holders. For these customers, that application providing services. Application providing services. If anyone want to take the account from the bank, application, withdraw operation, deposit operation, pin change, money transfer, all these are transactions. See, as soon as one customer came and asked them to create one account, simply they will open application. So that is got what? Bank application. Suppose HDFC Bank, bankapplication.com. They will visit the website, right? One website will be open. This is the website. Is a website will be open. This website is actually called a client, or you can simply call it as a user interface. Sir, how can we develop this user interface? This is application. Whenever you open this application, whenever we open this application, simply here it is, we are providing the buttons. We are providing the buttons. Create account. When they click on this create button, here form will open. Enter account number. One text box. Enter account holder name. One text box. Enter balance in account. One text box. Simply create the account. Create account. This is what user interface. Sir, how can we develop this user interface? How can we develop this user interface? Using UI technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. UI technologies we are using. Suppose if they enter account number, account holder name, balance in account, whenever they click on create button, then directly, actually they have to store the information in the database. In the database, they have to store the information. That is, see, the database means what? Where they will store the information permanently. This is where the information will store permanently in the form of tables. In the form of tables. That is actually called database. Database. Sir, how can we create the table? How can we store the information? For that, we need to learn one application called Database Management System, DBMS application. And this application we are learning, that is MySQL Database Management System. MySQL Database Management System. Using this, if you want to insert the data, you can perform insert operation. You can delete the information. You can update the information. If you want to display, you can perform the retrieve operations in the table. But the point is, directly you cannot store information into the database table from UI. In between these two, the one server-side programming application is required. That server-side programming application is nothing but Python. Of course, first you need to understand the concepts of Python, then the server-side framework you need to learn is a Django. You need to learn Django. That is the one. So whenever they click on create, that information will submit to the server. This Django collect input from the HTML data. Collect HTML input. The second one, it will establish the connection to database. It will establish the connection to database. Third one, insert the data. Insert into table. Account number, account holder name, whatever they enter, account holder name, and the balance will be inserted. Successfully inserted or not, just it will display the result. Display result. So if you want to develop a complete web application using Python, what all the things you need to learn to develop the user interface? Nothing but to develop the client system. You need to be good at HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Next, to write the server-side programming after completion of our course, because our course covers Python as well as core Python, advanced Python, database connectivity. All you need to attend only Django classes, followed by MySQL. MySQL also we cover in this course. So to develop end-to-end application, one banking project, if you want to develop, suppose, all these technologies you have to learn. Then you will become a Python application developer. But the point is, why it is not that much important? Why not those many jobs available in a Python application web development means what? Right? One point is already the complete world computerized with the applications of web applications of Java and .NET from the last 20 years. So web application means what? Still most of the people using Java and .NET only. Only 10% of companies are developing applications, that to new applications, using Python programming language. So in application development, right, how much percentage is there for Python means what? Only hardly 10 to 20% chances are there. 10 to 20%. But why everyone is saying that Python is ruling the market? Everyone is learning the Python, where it is using, why it is useful, why it is very important. The next one is important. That is our course content. So what is that? What is that? See, of course, the world is a full of applications. Full of applications are there. Nowadays, application development become very easy. Development become easy nowadays. Then why the people are looking for, okay, application is ready. What is the purpose of application? Application store the information, as well as processing the information is required. Processing the data, processing. Because nowadays lots of data, right, uploading into every application, into every database server, right, daily, so much information because of transactions. Everyone is using digital way only to perform their transactions. Then how to process the data quickly? How can we process the data? Using the Python only. If you want to fetch the information from the database, you have only option is a SQL. You should be perfect at query language. Okay. Once you get the information, how fast you process the data? Nothing but you filter the data. So that is nothing but Python. You will store into the Python is nothing but the concepts called collections. The collections also concepts called, already list, dictionary, numpy, pandas. We can easily store the information into these type of collections, and we can quickly process that information. So application, who will develop, sir? Either Java or .NET or PHP or Python Django, no matter. Who can process the information? Python. Using Python and SQL only, we can process the information quickly. So no matter which application it is, everyone is using Python and SQL. That's why for every cloud platform, processing, data analysis, data science, what is required? Python and SQL. All cloud platforms to fetch the data, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure Platform, right? Amazon Platform, anything you learn, any Google Cloud Platform you learn, right? What is required? Python is required. Power BI, Snowflake, whatever you learn, everyone should be good at the two concepts nowadays, Python and SQL. Python and SQL. So this is a very, very important combination and it should be present in everyone's resume. Everyone's is resume. Normally, you know already, a very important concept is a data structures and algorithms. If anyone learn perfectly DSA, the resume will quickly pick. The DSA is nothing but predefined DSA is nothing but these four. Nothing but learning the concepts of collections means indirectly you learned data structures and algorithms. That is the best combination. Programming language plus data structures and algorithms plus queries. So this is what companies are expecting. So that is what we are learning now. Remember that. See, and the next important point where Python is using mostly means what? So this is the best answer. Okay, not in a web development. Sir, the next important thing is what? Python. We can call it as a scripting language. Everyone saying, let me check the doubts. Yes, collections and everything, nothing but a DSA only. Data structures and algorithms only predefined. The same thing we will implement into how to write the stack programming, queue programming, list programming, everything also we will explain here. Searching, sorting anyway will cover. Okay. In the concepts, everything will cover. Now the point is, here, the two important things. So what is the difference between programming and scripting? The best example I'll give. This is also confusing thing only for everyone. Sir, Python we call it as programming language. Python we can call it as a scripting language. Python we can call it as a framework also. Framework. Programming language means the basic applications, end-to-end application you will develop. Suppose if you are writing one calculator program, just develop programs like a calculator. Small program is desktop application. End-to-end Python programming only will be present. Python code only, no other code. Suppose if you develop one notepad software or develop one small game, develop one embedded application. For example, embedded application, Xerox machine driver application you created. Here completely you will write a Python code only. Completely you will write the Python code only. There is no other code will be involved. That is called programming language, like basic programming. The framework means what? Web application development. Server side. Whenever you will write a server side coding, server side Python code, then Python become framework. So that is actually called Django. Is actually called Django. That is okay. Now a very important one. What is a scripting? The best example I'll tell you. If there is a HTML code, consider HTML code. In HTML page, you are writing one button. Just click me. I'll show you. Click one button is there. But when you click on the button, it will not perform any operation. No action. Suppose if you want to perform any operation, what is required is a JavaScript is required. Sir, where you will write that JavaScript code that is embedded inside the HTML. Programming name is a HTML code only. HTML code. But inside the HTML code, you will write a script. This is the JavaScript. Here you will write the JavaScript code. Script is the subprogram. Script is the subprogram that will run along with the other program. Another program support is required. So where we are using that? Why Python using as a scripting? Not 99%. Nowadays in every company, 100% people using Python as scripting. So what is that? Already Google Cloud Platform is there. GCP, Google Cloud or AWS or Azure platforms are there. For all these things to fetch the information, already one tool. These are the tools, already applications. In this tool, for processing inside somewhere, a small Python script is using. Suppose Selenium is there. What is the purpose of Selenium? For testing. Inside this one, they are using Python script, small subprogram they are using for testing automation. To automate the testing process, they are using. Inside they are using already one program is there. Somewhere in the part they are using Python. That's why most of the people thinking that Python is a scripting language only. Because nowadays in companies, those who are working on Python, they are using as a scripting. Because all the people are either data science developers, cloud platforms developers, any report generation tool people, Selenium, Salesforce, and all these things. That is the one. Okay. So that is the difference between Python programming development as well as a Python scripting. Remember that point. Okay. Next, few things about Python. Few things about the Python. Python installation is very, very easy. First of all, download and install. Download and install is a open source. Open source means what? Free for all. Directly you can use a Google search. Simply you can download the latest version. You can download here in the Google. Simply here it is. Python download. This is downloading the Python. Directly the website, official website is a python.org, is a official website. From the downloads area, you can directly download. Here it is a based on. So this is for Windows directly, latest version for Windows. Right, for other downloads, a Windows platform, Linux platform, Mac platform, any other platforms. Once you click on this one, automatically the download will start. Click on that. Look at this, the download started. Is a download. Is a download. Python downloaded. Just by open, click on next, next, next. It will be installed automatically. In my system, which is already installed. So that's why. So simply you can download and install. So that is the first point about the Python downloads. Everything clearly documented. Okay, so no need to write any nodes and all. First one is about a Python download. That is the first point. The second one is where to write the Python code. Once you have download and install, how to open. Let me show you practically. In the search box, directly you can search IDLE or Python. See, it is showing that IDLE. We need to open this one. I'll explain clearly what is this IDLE. Click on that one. Directly you can search also. That IDLE will open. One software will open. Like this. One software will open. This is the one. Here you can execute smaller things. 12 plus 13, 23. Like this. Okay. Print hello. I'll explain all these things. What is that? See here. Once you have installed, how to open means search in a programming bar IDLE. So then one window will open. One window. By giving the version and some details about the Python. With the 3 greater than marks. Sir, what is this? This is actually called shell. Is a shell window. In this shell window, you can execute commands. When you are writing this, output will come. Next, when you are writing some code, output will come. When you are writing some code, output will come. That is the shell window. Here, in this shell window, we can execute commands. Sir, can you write a programs? Addition of 2 numbers, right? Biggest of 2 numbers, prime number program, calculator program, impossible. You cannot write programs in a shell window. Then where you can write? See, back to that shell window. Here option is there. file. Here option is there. File, new file, control N, new file. Then automatically one more window will open. This is actually called editor. Put these two side by side. Editor window. So whenever, here it is, option is there, file option. From the file, select new. Then one editor window will open. Here you can write the programs. Here you can write the programs. You need to save the file, whatever the file name. I'll show you. Some file name is abc dot, extension is py. Save with any name. Name is your wish, but extension is py. With a py extension, you have to save. Here you can write addition of two numbers program. Clearly, I'll explain all these things. Just for explanation sake, I am writing. Print C, that is. Sir, how to run? Here run option is there. F5 shortcut run option is there. When you run, output will show in a shell window only. 10 plus 20, 30. Output will show in a shell window. Now practically, I'll show you. Practically. Here it is. Here. Once you are writing the code, once again, file, new file. Then it will open. It will open. Writing the code. Normally, I'm writing print hello all, print welcome to. Number of I'm writing just to make you understand. Welcome to Python world. Python world. Now you need to save. Look at this. The file is untitled file. File is untitled. You need to save. File, save. Shortcut is Control S. Save it. On my desktop. Any location. No, sir. In D drive means what? D drive. Best one for everyone. Desktop is there. Desktop. On the desktop, I'm giving the name. My code, suppose, dot, extension should be py. Py is a Python file extension. This is any name you can give. It's a my program, my code, your name. Like this. Save it. Save. Now see, look at this. My code dot py. It is on my desktop. If you want to see, you can. I'll show you. Desktop. Now how to run, sir? In this run module is there. Shortcut is a F5 is the shortcut. F5. Once you click on this, then output will come here. Look at this. How many times you call? See, run again. Output will come here. Run again. Output will come here. Run again. Output will come here. You keep on running the code, his output is coming here. This is actually called shell. This is actually called shell. Here we cannot write programs. This is actually called editor. Editor. Here only we can write programs and run. We can save those programs also. That is the difference between a shell and editor. A very, very important one. This is called IDLE. It's called IDLE. And one more important thing is what? Sir, yeah, the point let me explain. Sir, I heard that in my company or my friend is using PyCharm software for development. Another friend is using Spider. Another friend is using Anaconda. Another friend is using Atom. So many other softwares are there. All these all these are special applications, special softwares by which easily you can develop the Python code and you can run the Python code. Of course, we will also learn all these things: Python, Spider, Anaconda, how to download everything. I'll tell you. You don't worry about that. But in case if anyone asks what is the importance of using PyCharm and all, we have one video. Consider. We have one video in our system, in our computer. Right here, we are using Windows operating system. By default, Windows Media Player will come. By default, Windows Media Player will come. But we never use Windows Media Player to play the video. Right? We download and install VLC player. We download, install all-in-one player. We download, install the GOM player. So many players are there. By using this, we will open this video. Reason is what? Here it is some extra features are there by which we can easily play this video. It's the same story. IDLE is nothing but Windows Media Player. Whenever you install Python, one automatic player will come along with the Python software to write and execute the Python programs. Very less memory. A small memory is enough to work with this one. No, sir. I will use another players also to play my video. PyCharm is one player. Spider is one player. Anaconda is one player. Atom is one player. So many are there. Visual Studio Code you can use to write Python programs. So many other softwares. Eclipse you can use. IntelliJ we can use. Everywhere you can write the Python code and you can run the Python code also. But basic things you need to understand. Basic things. Exactly what is the purpose of learning programming for application development? Okay, what kind of applications you can develop using Python? Basic applications, desktop level applications you can develop. Like you can develop Notepad, you can develop MS Office, you can develop one VLC player. Next, gaming programming you can develop. Next, embedded application, embedded apps you can develop, like driver softwares and all. Driver softwares we can develop. Main web application development. But here, web application development, you need to learn UI like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, followed by Python, followed by server-side framework Django, and then SQL concepts, database concepts you need to learn, by which we can develop. But where the Python is mostly used as a scripting language only, in a data science, in data analytics, in AI, in AI projects, in ML projects, in DL, deep learning projects, in a cloud platforms, in real-time tools. Everywhere they are using that Python as a scripting programming language. How can we download and install? Python is a open source. It's free all about. Directly you can download from python.org website /downloads. Directly it is available. Okay, I have downloaded and I have installed that Python software. Happy. After installation, how can we open the Python software? Open Python software. Go to all programs. Go to all programs. Just type Python or IDLE. Python or IDLE. Simply shell will open. Into the shell, in file menu, go with the new option. Editor will open. Write your code, save your code, then run your code. Then run your code. Simple. What is IDLE? They will ask the question. Right? A small software, a software, a software by which we can develop and run Python applications. It's a default IDE, we can call it as. Sir, any other IDEs? So many are there. What are those so many? Right? PyCharm, Atom, Spider. All these are comes under other IDEs. Anaconda, everything. These are the basic things. Today, by looking to the video, right, within 20 minutes, everyone will get the video. I mean, the complete drive link you will get by go through this video. You please download and install that Python software. Right, most of the people hope already installed different softwares, no matter. Code is the same. Code will not change. Okay, just download and install that one. In case of any questions, please drop the message. One by one, I'll explain.